So is it audible to online people? Yes, right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fine. So after understanding the attributes of the body section, how to handle it, next we need to understand about we call as body section semantic elements. We have to learn about body section semantic elements. In already body section attributes, we learned about how to deal with the basic margins, indentations, alignments, and all. Semantic elements means actually in HTML4, that means few important points here. Before HTML4, so HTML4 body section is designed by using tables. HTML4 body section is designed by using tables. That means before HTML5, if you look at websites and their design, almost all websites are designed with tables. Tables are used for organizing information in rows and columns. Lot of tables. So visually, it may not look like a table, but everything is organized in tables. Even every website used tables. Even today, old websites are still working on that. Tables are used for designing entire website layout. For example, suppose we will see here. Suppose we have a page, and in this page, usually information is arranged in rows and columns. Like we have a header, we have like footer, we have left side some navigation panel. It's a table actually. Right side we are having some advertisements. Table with a collection of rows and columns. But what is problem with table? The problem with table is uncertainty in loading the contents. Uncertainty in loading the contents. That means, for example, suppose we kept a logo at the top, and we have some advertisement in the right panel, and we have some footer information, copyrights and all at the bottom. Some footer information is present. Some copyrights, everything we designed here. Like now copyrights, some copyright like this. Everything is there. Now the problem is, when you open any website, there is no specific order of loading the contents. That means, so sometimes what happens when I open a website, right side this advertisement will open, but still logo is not loaded. Means company logo headers are not loaded, some footer ready, right side some advertisement ready. That means we are not sure about the content to load. Which content will load, we don't know. So you might have observed websites, if you are using internet from more than 8-10 years. If you are using internet from more than 8-10 years, you have seen that situation. When you open a website, there will be content randomly opening. That means here one photo comes, here another comes, There is no order in loading the content. We call this, in software technical terms, we call this problem as kiss of death. We call this problem as kiss of death. In computer technologies, so many such technical terms are there, like kiss of death, blue death screen, like yellow death screen, yellow death screen. These you know actually. So few you know your yellow death screen like this. Yellow death screen means you will get these screens while writing some code and running the code. If there are any errors in the code, it shows in a yellow screen. Blue death screen, sometimes when you open your desktop or laptop, disk have some problems, and you will see a blue screen comes and says fatal error, and suddenly your windows close down. So these are all technical terms. Kiss of death means it is not sure when it will open. It is not sure about when it will come. That means when the content will load, where it will appear, it is not sure. That is why it is called as kiss of death. So earlier in HTML4, tables have this problem. That means there is no content loaded in sequential order. Another problem is it's not SEO friendly. So it is not SEO friendly. It is not SEO friendly. SEO friendly, you know, search engine friendly. It's not search engine friendly. It's not SEO friendly, search engine friendly. Why it is not search engine friendly? One more example I will show you. For example, suppose in a page, so we have some images. Suppose in a page, we have some pictures. Let's say, so we have, this is some name I will give as, yeah, some range rover like this. This is range, some rover like this. And here we have like another option, some rose, like rose flower, something like this with it. Now we have a caption here. Suppose I said figure. And in this I have given, suppose, flower like this. And in a search box, Google have a search box. In Google search box, somebody is searching for flower. Is searching for flower. Now see what happens. So the robot comes here and gets the caption flower. And it has to pick up a picture and show it as a result. Now, which picture it will pick up? The picture above or below? What do you say? This caption belongs to the picture above or below? Robots don't know that. Because for a picture, caption can be above or below. Robot cannot read pictures. It cannot read pictures. That's the reason you see, for security reasons, you see CAPTCHA. When you see CAPTCHA, some scrambled words are given on a picture, because it is to prevent robots. Because robots cannot read any content on picture. And robots can't read these pictures and all. Then what happens? It may pick up the picture above or picture below. That's the reason few years back, when you are using Google search and you are searching for some images in Google, you might have observed several pictures will come in the search results which are not related to your search. Even today also, few. Even today when you are searching, several results will come which are not related to your search. So usually that is because robots cannot read these pictures correctly. So that means now page have picture and caption, but they are all separated. Sometimes you may have a doubt like, why can't we put this caption on the picture? If I put the caption on picture, already we discussed that robots can't read anything on picture. Then they cannot read that caption. If you put outside the picture, then they are confused about the picture. This is why we call it is not SEO friendly, search engine friendly. To overcome all such issues in HTML5, to design body section, HTML5 introduced new semantic elements. Semantic elements means the elements that have specific purpose. So the elements that have specific purpose, we call them as semantic elements. Purpose-based elements. We call these elements as semantic elements. So HTML5 introduced new semantic elements. The new semantic elements. So what is the main purpose? It introduced all these semantic elements to make HTML page more SEO friendly. To make HTML page more SEO friendly. To make HTML page more SEO friendly. And so many elements are there. What are those elements? We will see. The basic semantic elements. Remember, these are all the elements other than what elements already HTML is having. In HTML body section, we are having so many elements. Other than that, some new elements. We are discussing about new semantic elements. That means inside body section, so many elements will be there. In that, what are new elements? These we have to discuss. What is the main purpose of introducing these elements? To make the HTML page more SEO friendly. What are these elements? See, we have the elements like aside, article, dialogue. So we have figure and figure caption, fig caption. So we have, what are those? I will explain. We will discuss about that. We have header, footer, section. And we have options like main, and div, span, nav, and menu. So these are all the new semantic elements. So many other elements are present in the body section, but these are some new elements. Some other new elements are there, we will discuss. But these comes under the category of semantic. So some more are there, we will see later. After these, we will discuss about them. Aside, article, dialogue, figure caption, header, footer, section, main, div, span, nav, and menus. The main purpose of these two reasons. One is to make the body section more SEO friendly, and to make sure that contents in the page loads in an organized way. So that means in an order. So that means a specific order of loading the contents. That's important. So what are these elements and how they work? Let's see. First, I will show you a block diagram for them. So in order to understand that, you need to know about this basic architecture. For example, see. So what are these elements and how these elements are used? So Suppose this is the page, this is the entire page, this is our body section. In the body section, now it is organized into several areas. Some sections are very easy to understand. What you want to keep in the top margin of page, that means in the page top margin, usually we call this section as header. Header indicates an area where you want to keep some content at the top margin of page. Top margin of the page, usually company logo section. This is header section. Means inside the body we have a header section. Header section indicates what content you want to display at the top margin of page. Similarly, what you want to display at the bottom margin of page, you can keep it in the footer. Footer contains information to display at the bottom margin of page. Footer, what you want to display at the bottom, and what content you want to display between header and footer. Between header and footer, that is defined by using section. Section contains information to display between header and footer. Section contains information to display between header and footer. This is called section. So we have header, so we have section and footer. These are very simple to understand. What you want at the top, that is header, at the bottom footer, between header and footer we have section. Now another important, what is the main content of your page? That means the main paragraphs, headings and everything that is kept in an area called main. Main contains the information that tells about your website. Your website related some introductions, your website related some summary. Main content is kept inside this main area. Remember, all these are containers. Containers means you keep some content inside them. So they are just containers, empty boxes. You keep some content inside them. But very important is, designing them directly will not have any difference until or unless we apply some styles, CSS. We are going to learn how to apply some styles also. We will see how to apply styles. But without styles, they don't have a proper appearance. So in HTML, you can design them, but you cannot give a good appearance. That also we will do. How to give a good appearance, we will see. But main contains the main information. What is the main content of your page that is kept inside the main area? Such as, so website related some summary, website related some introduction, all such things, headings, all such things are kept inside the main area. So they are kept inside the main area. So we say, we do one thing, this we shall, okay, fine. Yeah, see, next important, we have another important option, that is inside this area, we have another area. We call this area as aside. Usually, aside contains information which is not related to website. That means we display some information which is not related to our website. What can be? That means we are displaying some information which is not related to our website. Then we have to keep that content in an area called aside. What it will be? Ads, advertisements. Advertisements, because advertisements, they are not related to our website, but we keep in our website. The content which is not related to our website, we call it as what? Aside. Aside is an area where we have to keep the content that is not related to our website. So that is not related to website. We call it as aside. We will put them all, we will design. First we need to understand the purpose. Next another important area is article. I am just keeping left and right. It doesn't mean that always it should be right side or left side. Anywhere we can keep that content. Another important area is article. Article. Article contains the highlights about your website. Highlights about your website. Such information we keep in article. Highlights about your website means, for example, your website is showing some notifications like results announced today, or some updates happened yesterday, or tomorrow we will have some offers, right? So these updates happened in our website. Such information that is kept inside which area? We have to keep that inside article. Article contains information. Article contains information which is related to our website. But everything is related to our website only. Then article contains information which summarizes the updates of our website. Summarizes the updates of our website means some highlights about the website. So highlights about the website means not all highlights about website. What recently updates happened. All such information is kept inside which area? Article. Article. So aside completely for advertisements, article is related to your website. Another important area we have a dialogue. Another important area is dialogue. So we have a dialogue area. Usually dialogues are used for interactions. Interactions, optional interaction. Optional interaction means, for example, see, let's open any website here. So I am opening a website. The website is suppose here some Amazon or some Naresh IT. Yeah. Yeah. So when I open this website, you can see in this website, this is the website. And in this website, so this is the website area. And you see in the website, right side bottom, you have an option chart now. There is an option chart now. And when I click chart now, a pop-up will come. In that pop-up, we can type the message and we can send. This is dialogue. We keep such contents in dialogue. Dialogues are usually turned off. Whenever you want, you can open, you can close, you can on and off the dialogues. Usually you see in YouTube, any live event is going on, some chat box will come. The chat box is optional. If you want, you can turn off. You want again, you can turn on. So that this area is called as dialogue. Dialogues are designed in this area. So, and you can see at the top margin, we are having the Naresh IT headings and all. This section is considered as what? Header. At the bottom margin, we are having this information about copyright and all that information. This is called as what? Footer. Between header and footer, whatever content is present, we call this as section. Inside the section, welcome to Naresh IT, how we can help, and the courses, this all comes under main. It's not mandatory that everybody should have aside. Why? Because aside is optional. Advertisements, if they are showing, then aside will have. Article also comes actually. Article came as dialogue only. In this area, article came as dialogue. We can put article as a dialogue also. You see here, when I open this website, some highlights about this websites will come. Highlights about the website. But they are not keeping those highlights in a separate box. They are keeping those highlights inside this banner. We have a scrolling banner, sliding banner. In that banner, they are keeping it. Sometimes what happens is, some new information, you see, suppose some IRCTC. When you open such websites like IRCTC, some ticketing websites and all, you can see this is a dialogue. So, and when I click OK, the dialog opens, and here some information comes. This is all the main content. We have the footer area, we have the header area, and you can observe that this kind of information it comes under the category of article. That means every day the same information will not be there. Some highlights about that website will keep there. We call this content as what? Article. So we have aside, we have article, we have dialogue, header, footer, section, main, and in the header section or footer section or somewhere, sometimes some websites, what they do is they put a navigation area. Navigation area can be top. So this is navigation area. Inside the navigation area, you will menu. And inside that menu, you might have seen so many websites will give like home, am I right? Like about, like contact, all this comes under menu. Menu is kept inside navigation area. Navigation area, it's not mandatory that every time it should be in header. Sometimes navigation area can be left side also, right? Sometimes navigation area can be both directions. It can be left and top. Some websites have navigation area in both directions. They have like home, like about, like contact. All such information is present here. So this is usually at the top. This is now in the navigation area. We have a menu. All these are containers. We have to keep all of them in the boxes and arrange them. Arranging, I will show you how to arrange them and how to display them. So this is navigation areas. So we have a nav, and inside navigation, menu. Now another option is div and span. Figure and figure caption. One problem I told you. So we can have an image kept inside. Image is kept inside a figure area. Figure is used to keep an image. And inside this image, we can keep a figure caption, fig caption. What is the advantage of this? The fig caption is attached to this figure. Understood? That means now this caption belongs to this image. This caption cannot be used by any another image. Now it is more search engine friendly because now figure and its caption both are linked to each other. Both are kept in one container. They are kept in one container that you can arrange by using these two options. Figure contains image and image is attached with a caption. We have to define that with figure and figure caption. We will see now. We will design all these options. So first we need to understand the purpose of them. So what is aside? Aside contains information which is not related to the website. Usually it will be what? Advertisements. Article, highlights about the website. What highlights of your website? Dialogues. Dialogues are usually for pop-up, right? Pop-up interactions and pop-up messages. All these are displayed through dialogues. Picture and captions are defined by using figure and figure caption. Top margin of page, header. Bottom margin of page, footer. Between header and footer, section. The main content is kept in main. The main content is kept in section, main. And navigation bar is kept in nav. Items in navigation bar are kept in menu. And div and span. These are not complex. These are very simple. Actually, div and span is nothing but, actually, the meaning of div is nothing but div. Div indicates blocked content. And span indicates inline content. That is the main point about div and span. Blocked content and inline content. People who don't know a regular perfect about HTML, They think div and spans are very big concept, lot of points are there behind it. Even in interviews also, some interviewers will ask you specifically, what is the purpose of div and span? You give an answer, blocked content, inline content. That is technically 100% correct. That's enough. But sometimes he may ask more, like, tell me more about div and span. Only this purpose of div and span. Yes, that is only the purpose of div and span, nothing else. So blocked content means the blocked content purpose is nothing but it loads the content line by line. Blocked content means its purpose is loading content line by line. Loading the content line by line. And span is nothing but loading content side by side. Loading the content side by side and loading the content line by line and side by side. That is only the purpose of div and span. So loading the content in a sequential order. However, with CSS, you can make divs side by side also. But the main purpose of div is blocked content. Blocked content means, for example, see, generally we call it as divisions. Suppose, I will give you a small point here. Suppose we have, roughly I'm telling you here, suppose we have HTML tutorial. This is a heading. Under that heading, so we have para 1, we have para 2. And we have another topic, CSS tutorial. Under this tutorial, we have another para 1 and para 2. Now, usually what happens is, these two paragraphs are related to same topic. Then how do we combine these two? And how do we tell that these two belongs to this topic only? So because search engines, when robots come to crawl and read the content from your page, they don't know that after para 2 heading ends. Robots then don't know. Robots don't know that after this para 2 heading ends and another heading started. They don't know. They continuously read the content. For that, what we do is, we do one thing. This entire content is kept in a div. Understood? Is kept in a div. This indicates this is one main content, one major content. Inside the major content, we have a heading. And these two paragraphs are kept in another div. Understood? That means it indicates that the topic related to that HTML tutorial ends here. This is one division. This division is present in a main division. This is one division. That means now here, CSS tutorial is kept in another div, right? It is kept in another div. That means how many divisions, main divisions are there in the page? 2. One division related to HTML, another division related to CSS. In every division, again, another division is present. That is for content. For content, we have division, and for heading, we can have another division. This is how we have to keep the content. That is only the reason of div and spans. This is div. Spans are used for side-by-side content. For example, suppose I am writing some information side by side. Suppose I am writing some paragraph, some text here, and inside this text, some important, so, or say you can say some keywords are there. Now what happens is, some text, keywords, and some other text, like this we are having. Now I need to separate these keywords from this entire text. Actually, that is entire present in, suppose, a division or a paragraph. Suppose in a paragraph, we are keeping everything. So in a paragraph, I am keeping all the content. So I am adding some paragraph. Yeah, inside this paragraph, I am keeping all that information. These keywords need to be separated. If I separate this in a div, what will happen? If I separate this in a div, what will happen? The robots think that this doesn't belong to this paragraph. It is a separate division. But we need to tell that this belongs to that paragraph, but it needs to be separated, highlight. Then what we have to do? We cannot use div. We have to use a span. Span indicates that inline content. Span indicates that it is inline content. Inline content means along with this paragraph only. Along with paragraph, but separated. Separated for which reason? For highlighting. Separated for which reason? For highlighting the content. It's not separated from the paragraph. It is separated to just show as highlights. So in that case, we have to keep that inline. We have to keep inline but highlight. Inline, separate. How to keep inline and how to separate them? For that we need these options. We call them as span. Span, that is why it is called as inline content. Divs are called as blocked content. That is only the reason of div and span, to load the content blockwise and to load the content inline. That is the purpose of divs and spans. We will use in various locations. We will see them. Now these are all the options available. Now how to use them? How do we work with them? How do we handle them? We will see. But remember, directly designing will not have much sense. We have to use a lot of CSS. For example, let's see. I will open some project here. Some C drive, D drive. Today I'm not using my PC, just roughly I will create a project here. Demo, okay. Let's open this and let's add some design here. Let's add some design. I'm adding a new HTML file, some index.html. Okay. Let's create this here. Yeah. I'm adding some other options. Okay. So let's design a page here. So what is it? Doc type HTML, and we have HTML and head. Initially in the head, I am just giving a title, some index page. Others no need every day. Already we learned what will be there. So we can have a link, we can have a meta, not required every day for practicing reason. So body, inside the body section, now we need to design. Here I am writing header. And inside the header I am writing, so for example, a navigation. Inside the navigation we are designing a menu. And inside this menu we are writing like home. Roughly I will write just home. And I need to keep this, for example, span. In a span, I am keeping home. And another here I am defining. Yep. So that is home. Yep. And after that we have a span. In that span we have, I am keeping it just a pipe symbol. Okay. And another span. And here I will define as about, just like this. And after the header area, then comes the section. Inside, below the section, we will keep another area. What is it? Footer. In the footer, for example, I am giving ampersand copy. That will put a copyright symbol. Copyright symbol. Later, I will explain symbols and all. As of now, just observe. In the section, we have main. In the main content, suppose about, so I will simply say our website summary. Something like this we are defining, website summary. Okay. And suppose here we are designing some other options in the section. We have aside. So I will keep ads here. Currently I am writing just text. Later we can put some images and all. Then we have an article. Article suppose offers something like this. Highlights of our content. Then I am writing another area, figure. So, and inside the figure, some image here, some image, and we have a fig caption, some fig one, something like this. And we are having another option, keep here as a dialog. Inside dialog, chart with HR, something like this. As of now, I am just keeping all the content that we have learned. And if you want to keep the content division wise, I can keep a div. So here, suppose I say our courses, something like this. So courses information, something like this. Roughly, I am adding some details. Keep it like that. And you see now, so here we are using all the options available. We have a header, nav, menu, span, div, section, dialog, figure caption, main, aside, article, and footer. All of these we are using and we are just presenting it. We are just presenting. Let's run this and see now. I will open this currently. Yeah. I'm opening this and you can see it looks like this. It looks like this. That means nothing special. But everything is correctly kept in the page. That means it is good, search engine friendly, but not good in visual interface. That means it doesn't make much appearance because HTML is just presenting the content. HTML is just presenting the content. We have to make it effective presentation. To make it effective, we have to use styles. I will tell you how to use the styles, but roughly I am showing you, observe it here. Roughly I am showing you here. See what we can do now is I am adding some style. So we have a header. So header. Later we will learn about this, right? Later we will discuss about that. Just observe. Background color, suppose I said some for this as red. All these things I will explain. Just observe that. So color as some white. So text align as center. And similarly, we have for footer also. So footer also. And I'm giving the section. And for section, I'm defining some height as some 400 pixels. And you can see that the page so looks like this. So we have the header and footer. But this is not enough. Just we have kept only header and footer. That means designing is not enough. We have to make it more effective. HTML can't do it. HTML can only give you the content and you have to keep them more effectively on the screen. For that, you have to learn the styles. So where right side, how to keep the content, left side, how to keep the content, top, bottom, how to change the colors and effects. Then page becomes effective. That means before making the page effective, first you need to know the standards of designing. Once you know the standards of designing, then you can present it effectively. As per the standards of body design, so what to keep at the top margin. So we have to design that in which area, anything you want to keep at the top margin, you have to design in header. So at the bottom margin, footer, appearance later you can give. For appearance, we have to learn how to define the styles. Now we are going to learn all these options with the styles. Actually, CSS topic we will learn after HTML, but in our session we will start along with HTML simultaneously. So don't expect everything in CSS as of now. Later you will learn. As of now, we will use only CSS which is related to our HTML. Right? Then you will get perfection. By the time we go to CSS, you will able to design good designs. So for that, we need to simultaneously start and working with both of them. So we have to design a sample website layout by using these elements and some styles that we will do in our next session, right? Tomorrow we'll do. Today, due to some technical issues, delayed. Tomorrow onwards, as usual, by 9:15 we will start the session. Okay. Tomorrow we will continue, and tomorrow we will see some website designs. After showing some designs in the class, I will give you some exercises. Those exercises you have to post into classroom, right? Tomorrow I will show you one design, then some exercises I will give. Tomorrow will continue, right?